9 legal steps for buying land in Kenya. Everyone hopes to own a piece of land somewhere. It is the most valuable fixed asset that you could possibly own today. However, if you are planning to buy a piece of land anywhere in Kenya, there are certain important procedures which you should follow. Here are legal steps to purchase land in Kenya. First, searches and inspection of the title. Once you identify land, it is always recommended that you visit the land's registry so as to conduct a search of the parcel in question. You will need a copy of the land title deed from the seller to facilitate the search. This will normally take 3 days to get the results of the real owner of the land and if there is any caution put against the land. Number 2, preparation of offers and price negotiation. Once the buyer is satisfied with the search results as presented by the advocates from the land's registry and the company registry, then they will okay the advocates to prepare an offer. The advocate involved should prepare a letter of offer or intent showing the details of the seller and purchaser, the description of the property on offer, and the proposed purchase price and modes of payment. Number 3, sales agreement and deposit payment. Once you all agree that that's the buyer and seller, there is need to ensure that the offer has both the terms and conditions included. It is normally drafted by the seller's advocate and presented to the buyer's advocate for approval. Upon the execution of the sales agreement, the agreed deposit is paid by the purchaser through the advocate to the seller's advocate's account. For payment of land rates. A few years ago, the City Council of Nairobi clamped houses that had failed to remit rates. Buyers should be aware of such property because the payment of rates on land is a legal obligation of landowners, and the seller should clear any pending rates on the land before completing the transaction. 5. Transfer documents and consent to the transfer. The seller's advocate prepares transfer documents that will be executed by both the buyer and the seller. The transfer documents will only be executed after consent to transfer has been issued by the Commissioner of Lands. Number 6, valuation. For purposes of stamp duty, an application for valuation is always made to the government valuer, who makes a site visit to enable him or her prepare the requisite valuation report. Stamp duty is important as it is used in registering the property. The payable duty is determined by a government valuer and the valuation is done to determine the true value of the land on the open market as at the date of transfer. The intention is to gauge the value declared in the instruments presented for registration for purposes of ascertaining whether the value declared in the instrument will be raised or not. 7. It is a responsibility of the buyer to pay the stamp duty, a tax levied on all lands. 8. Registration of transfer. Once the registration process is complete, the legal ownership of land shall be legally changed hands. Number 9. Exchange of documents. Upon receipt of the complete documents from the seller, the buyer is obligated in exchange of the documents to pay to the seller the entire balance against the land through his advocates to finalize the registration of the documents after paying the requisite stamp duty.